You may not realize it, but right now, you are at war. Not a war with armies or weapons, but a war with distractions, doubts, and time itself. Every day, you fight battles others never see. Battles against laziness, fear, and your own hesitation. And just like in ancient times, victory still belongs to the one who can think, plan, and control himself. Over 2,500 years ago, a man named Sun Tzu wrote a book so powerful that world leaders, billionaires, and generals still study it today. His name echoed through history, not as a warrior with a sword, but as a master of strategy. His wisdom? It wasn't just about fighting enemies. It was about mastering the battlefield of the mind. Today, we uncover his secrets, not to win wars, but to win life itself. Welcome to Inner Empire. Over 2,000 years ago, long before modern nations or global markets, there lived a strategist whose ideas would outlive every empire of his time. His name was Sun Tzu, a Chinese general, philosopher, and master of the invisible art of war. Sun Tzu wasn't just a soldier. He was a psychologist, a strategist, and a teacher of human nature. He understood something the world is still trying to learn: that wars are not truly won on battlefields. They're won in the mind long before the first move is made. The greatest victory, he wrote, is that which requires no battle. This one sentence changed the way kings, CEOs, and world leaders think, because it revealed a timeless truth that strategy defeats strength and wisdom conquers chaos. Crossed towards the legacy that never died. For centuries, the art of war has been studied by emperors, samurai, politicians, entrepreneurs, and even athletes. It's been translated into over 40 languages, carried by soldiers into war, and quoted in boardrooms by the world's richest minds. Why? Because its principles go beyond battle. They describe how to win in life. Every decision you make, every dream you chase, every fear you face, they're all part of a hidden battlefield. Sun Tzu teaches, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. In the modern world, your enemy may not be an army. It may be procrastination, fear, doubt, or distraction. And your greatest weapon is not a sword, it's awareness. The wisdom of Sun Tzu isn't ancient, it's eternal. Because no matter the century or the culture, the rule remains the same. The person who understands strategy, patience, and self-control will always command power over the one who merely reacts. So let's learn from the master himself. Let's uncover the hidden principles inside the art of war and see how they can help you conquer your modern battles. In business, in relationships, and within your own mind. Strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. Sun Tzu. These are not just words for the battlefield. They are the blueprint for every decision in life. Whether you are building a business, chasing a dream, or fighting your inner battles, you are a commander. And like every commander, you must understand the laws of war. Brain Law 1. Know yourself. Before you conquer the world, you must conquer your mind. Sun Tzu said, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. In modern life, knowing yourself means understanding your strengths, weaknesses, triggers, and patterns. Most people lose not because the enemy was stronger, but because they never understood their own fears. You cannot control what you don't understand. Self-awareness is the foundation of all strategy. Sunglasses Law 2. Know your enemy. In war, ignorance is death. In life, it's mediocrity. Your enemy might not be a person. It could be your laziness, your distractions, or your self-doubt. Sun Tzu taught, to defeat your enemy, you must think like your enemy. If procrastination is your enemy, learn how it works. If fear stops you, study it. Because what you understand, you can outsmart. The most dangerous opponent is not the strongest, it's the one who plans. Compass Law 3. Every battle is won before it is fought. Victory doesn't happen in the moment. It's prepared for long before the fight begins. In business, this means research and anticipation. In personal growth, it means discipline and consistency. In leadership, it means understanding people before giving orders. Preparation turns chance into certainty. The one who prepares controls the outcome. Dashing away Law 4. Move silently, strike decisively. Sun Tzu said, Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night. And when you move, fall like thunder. Don't announce your goals. Don't seek validation. Work in silence until your results make the noise. In war and in life, your power grows in mystery. The fewer people who know your strategy, the harder it is for them to stop you. Fire Law 5. Use the energy of your enemy. Sun Tzu observed that the greatest warriors use the enemy's strength against them. When pushed, they pull. When attacked, they adapt. This is not just about battle. It's emotional intelligence. When people try to provoke you, your silence disarms them. When life pushes you, use that force to propel yourself forward. In judo, the opponent's energy becomes your weapon. In life, resistance becomes your training. Every setback contains the seed of advantage, if you can remain calm enough to see it. Waterwave Law 6. Be formless, like water. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Bruce Lee, inspired by Sun Tzu. The greatest power is flexibility. Rigid people break easily, but those who adapt flow around obstacles. In business, markets change. In life, plans fail. But the adaptable mind turns chaos into opportunity. Water can flow gently or crash violently. It takes the shape of anything it touches and still remains itself. That's the secret of true power. To be adaptable, yet unbreakable. Each of these laws isn't about war, it's about mastery. Because the true battlefield is within you. Sun Tzu never taught people how to fight. He taught them how to win without fighting. And that's what separates leaders from followers. Strategy from reaction, wisdom from impulse. The battlefield is everywhere. Inner Empire. We no longer fight with swords and shields. We fight with ideas, focus, and time. The modern war is fought in the mind. And most people lose before the first move. But if you can learn to think like Sun Tzu, you can win any war life throws at you. Briefcase 1. In business, strategy over speed. Most people chase trends. Strategists chase timing. Sun Tzu said, "He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight." In business, this means patience. Don't move just because others are moving. Study, plan, and strike when the opportunity aligns. A skilled entrepreneur studies the market, anticipates shifts, and launches when others are distracted. Speed without direction is chaos. Strategy creates precision. Person in lotus position 2. In personal growth, master yourself first. You can't lead others until you can lead yourself. You can't win public battles while losing private ones. Sun Tzu taught, "The general who wins a battle makes many calculations in his temple before the war begins." Your temple is your mind. Every morning you plan, visualize, and train your focus. You prepare for victory. This is why great leaders meditate, read, and plan daily. They wage war internally before facing the world. Red Heart 3. In relationships, learn the psychology of peace. Not every battle is worth fighting. Sun Tzu warned, "Avoid what is strong and strike at what is weak." This doesn't mean cowardice, it means wisdom. When people argue to prove a point, you stay silent to preserve your peace. When others react emotionally, you stay strategic. Because power isn't always in control. Sometimes it's in restraint. Winning an argument means nothing if you lose your calm. The true master wins without conflict. Hourglass Not Done 4. In discipline, control the small wars. Each day is filled with tiny wars. The alarm clock at 5 a.m., the temptation to quit, the voice that says, "I'll do it later." If you can't win those battles, you can't win the big ones. Discipline is your army. Routine is your weapon. Focus is your shield. Sun Tzu's principle of constant readiness applies here. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. When your day feels chaotic, discipline is what creates peace. Moneybag 5. In wealth, outsmart, don't outwork. Many people think working harder means earning more. Sun Tzu would disagree. He'd say, "The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting." In modern life, that means using intelligence and systems instead of brute effort. The wealthy don't fight for money. They design systems where money works for them. They play chess while others play checkers. They think in decades while others think in days. The mind, not muscle, creates freedom. High Voltage 6. In fear, turn it into power. Sun Tzu taught, "In the midst of chaos, there is opportunity." Fear is not a stop sign. It's a signal that growth is near. When you feel fear, It means your life is expanding. The secret is not to eliminate fear, but to use it. Like a warrior sharpening his blade before battle. You channel the energy of fear into focus and clarity. Fear is energy, and energy can be transformed. Modern life is a constant war of attention, patience, and strategy. But when you begin to think like Sun Tzu, you stop reacting and start directing. You move from chaos to control, from noise to focus, from war to wisdom. The greatest victory, Sun Tzu wrote, is that which requires no battle. And that is the truth most people never understand. Because the real war is not outside you. It's within you. Every morning, the battle begins again. You fight your doubts, your fears, your distractions, your excuses. You fight the temptation to stay comfortable, to stay average, to stay silent. And each time you choose discipline over laziness, focus over distraction, and courage over fear, you win another invisible war. These small victories may not be seen by the world, but they build an empire within you. Crossed towards the battle within. There's a Sun Tzu quote most people overlook. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. Think about that. You can have money, fame, power, but if you can't master your thoughts, emotions, and impulses, you are still a slave. The warrior's greatest weapon is not his sword, it's self-control. Because the one who controls himself can control his destiny. Compass the path of inner strategy. Sun Tzu didn't just teach how to win wars. He taught how to live wisely. His philosophy was about balance. The art of patience, the science of timing, the discipline of focus. He knew that chaos is temporary, but a calm mind can outlast storms. So he taught generals to observe, adapt, and outthink. Not just to survive, but to command. You can use that same wisdom today. When the world gets loud, become still. When everyone panics, observe. When the moment comes, move with precision. That is the art of war. Dubbed the ultimate victory. To fight and conquer in all your battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Sun Tzu. What does that mean for you? It means you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You don't have to destroy your enemies. You outgrow them. You don't have to shout your success. You become so focused that success shouts for you. You don't have to fight to win. You align your actions so perfectly that winning becomes natural. That's the highest level of mastery. Every day is a battlefield, but the most powerful generals are not outside in the world. They are within you. You are both the commander and the soldier. Your thoughts are your strategy. Your discipline is your armor. Your mindset is your weapon. And when you learn to master them, no challenge can defeat you. Sunrise over mountains. So, what is the art of war really about? It's not about violence. It's not about enemies. It's about awareness and control. To master war is to master peace. To control the world, you must first control yourself. And when you do that, you stop chasing victory and start embodying it. Studio Microphone Inner Empire, where wisdom meets success, and success begins within.